Well, welcome to the throat chakra session of the Tantra Kundalini course. So for the throat chakra, we will be visualizing the colour of a white light, a smoky white light, because the element of the throat chakra is ether. The mantra we'll be chanting is Ham. So between in the postures, we'll be chanting the mantra Ham 3 times, like we have done on previous sessions. We'll also be applying a bandha using a breath hold in between the postures. Now, for this bandha is what we call a throat lock. So we're going to be pulling the chin, so dropping the chin slightly and pulling it back, almost like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. Keeping the spine nice and long and applying that lock. So in between, we're going to be taking an inhale. You're then going to be applying the lock. When you need to breathe out, you're going to breathe out fully. And with the air fully out, you're going to be applying the lock again. So the second lock won't last as long on that out breath. Then you'll release, take a few recovery breaths, nice, slow and deep breaths. And then we're going to do that again. So we'll just practice that once just now. So we're going to inhale, apply the lock. Exhale fully. Apply a lock. Now, it's quite difficult when you've expelled all the air not to take any breath in, so you need to be doing that quite quickly. Expel the air, pull the lock in. So if you were doing this practice without the video on your own, you could hold the breath for as long as you possibly can. Because we're doing it for everybody, I'll hold it a reasonable amount of time, but it's entirely up to you whether you want to pause the video and hold those breath holds for a lot longer. So let's just close down the eyes and tune in. So I would like you to connect to the breath. Tapping into that Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. And I want you to just inhale and just suspend the breath just a moment, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, relaxing all the body. And then releasing the breath. I just want you to bring your awareness to the throat chakra, the space around where the Adam's apple in the men would be. I want you to visualize a white light at the throat. Imagine that light cleaning and cleansing and purifying the area of the throat chakra. And then when you're ready, I just want you to place the hands at the heart center. And we're just going to inhale and we're going to chant Om 3 times to tune in. Om. And then just surrender the head to the heart. Setting any intentions for today's practice into that heart space. And when you're ready, gently blink open the eyes. So we're going to come to a standing position. And we're going to come in to our goddess pose. So we're going to take our feet nice and wide. Arms out to the side. You're going to bring the hands in and bend the legs. So close down the eyes. Or they come down as far as feels good for you. And feel into the posture. And adjust where necessary. Bring all the awareness to the space of the throat. Breathing into that area. Taking those ujjayi breaths. And we're going to inhale to chant Ham. Feel those vibrations in the body. Feel the body as one. Visualize the light at the throat. That ether, the white, glowing bright. Imagine that light spreading from the throat, through the body, into the chest, into the arms and legs, and then out into the room, out into the space beyond, floating. And when you're ready with presence and awareness, gently coming out of the posture. Keeping those eyes closed. And then we're going to come into those breath holds. So we're going to be with that throat lock. So we're going to be inhaling. Place the lock. Expel the air. Place the lock. And release. Taking those slow, deep recovery breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to do 2 more like that in your own time. Keeping present and aware in the body the whole time. And when you've done, just bring the awareness back. And gently blink open the eyes as we move into the next posture, which is our down dog. So we all know what our down dog is now. So you can come into it from this all fours position, spreading the fingers, spreading the toes, driving the bottom into the air, driving the heels down and the head between the arms. If this is too much for you, you can always just drop to the knees and just come into this gentle puppy pose. So choose the posture that your body feels that it wants to do today. Spreading the fingers, tucking the toes, coming down into that down dog position. And then close down the eyes, feeling into that posture and making any adjustments that are necessary. Bringing all the awareness to the throat. And breathing deep into that chakra. Feeling light like ether. And breathing long and deep. We're going to inhale to chant. Feeling those vibrations. Imagining the body as a whole. Feeling it as one. Now visualizing the light at that chakra. White and glowing. Swirling at the throat. And spreading into the face and the chest. Spreading into the arms and legs. The fingers and toes. Coming out of the fingers and toes and filling the room till it's so expansive that it leaves the room. Few more long, deep breaths. And then slowly with awareness, dropping those knees. Coming out of the posture into a comfortable seated or kneeling position, whichever feels good. And we're going to apply those breath holds again. So with these breath holds, you can hold it for quite a long time. So feel free, like I said at the beginning, to pause the video and do these in your own time. So we're going to inhale and apply the first lock. Staying present with those recovery breaths, enjoying the sensations in the body. Staying present with that internal awareness the whole time. And when you're ready, I'd just like you to blink open the eyes. And we're going to move into our next posture, which is just going to be a forward fold. So legs are going to be out at front. And you can flex the feet and take hold of the toes and release the head if that's available to you. Or just place the hands onto the thighs or the calves, wherever feels good for you. So we're going to inhale as we're coming into the posture. As you can see, so we'll inhale and fold forward, taking hold of wherever feels good for you and relaxing down. Closing down the eyes. Feel the pose and adjust where necessary. Remembering the awareness to the throats. And breathe long and deep into that chakra. And we're going to inhale to chant. Feel the vibrations in the body. Allow the body to be whole and feel the subtle energies. And then visualize that light like ether swirling at the throat, bright. Allow the light to spread. To fill the body. Removing any blockages. Removing anything that no longer serves. Allowing it to seep through the skin into the space around you. Filling the room and giving you a sense of oneness with the space around you. And then when you're ready, breathing in and out, and gently blinking open the eyes and slowly coming out of the posture. Just bringing the awareness into the room just for a moment. So we can come back into our seated posture, kneeling or cross-legged, whichever feels good. Now we're going to come into those breath holds. So we'll close down the eyes again for those breath holds. So we're closing down the eye, feeling present in the body, and taking that deep breath in through the nose and applying the throat lock. Taking long, deep recovery breaths. Enjoying those internal sensations. Keeping the awareness in the body just for a few moments longer. And when we're ready, gently blinking open those eyes. So we're going to come into a bit more of a challenging posture now, but it's our camel pose. So we're going to come onto our knees. For this posture, the full expression is the hands on the heels and the head drop back. That can be quite difficult to hold for any length of time, so you can place the hands on the small of the back. Just open out the heart into this posture here. If it's too challenging to be on your knees, you're going to come down and just do an open reclining butterfly here. You can always place a cushion under the knees to feel a little bit more comfortable. So let's come into the posture, whichever feels good for you. You might start in the full expression of the posture and come out, which is what I'm going to do because it's quite hard to talk in that posture. So, on your knees, hands to either the heels or the lower back, drop the head. And then bring all the awareness into the body, feel the pose, and adjust where necessary. Bringing the awareness to the throat chakra and breathing long and deep into the chakra. Using those ujjayi breaths if that feels good for you. And then we're going to inhale to chant Ham 3 times. We'll try and do it in the posture. Inhale. And then visualize the light at the throat, swirling at that chakra, bright and white. Allow it to spread through the body, swirling, floating, filling the body, allowing you to feel at one with the outside, allowing it to spread out of the body, into the room. Taking one more breath in this posture. I know it's difficult. And then keeping the eyes closed, slowly coming out of the posture. And after this posture, suggest we just relax in child's pose, toes together, knees apart, bringing the head down to the mat. Just for a few breaths, keeping the eyes closed. And then keeping the eyes closed. Coming out of child's pose, try to stay in the body with the eyes closed as you come to a seated position and go straight into your 3 throat lock breath holds. Excuse me. Taking long, slow recovery breaths. Feeling light and spacious. Feeling expansive. Allowing your true self to be felt. And when you're ready, if we're just blinking, open the eyes. We're going to go into our final posture, which is going to be a bridge pose. If you want to do a supported bridge, if you've got a block or maybe even just a cushion or a bolster, you can place it under the small of your back. So we're going to be placing the feet flat to floor, arms by the side, and we're just going to be gently lifting the hips up. You can draw the shoulders closer together into this position. So if we just come into that position now, spreading the toes, hands by the side, curling up the hips, drawing the shoulders close together. And just hold here. Close down the eyes. Feel into the posture. And adjust where necessary so that posture feels right for you. And then bring all the awareness to the space around the throat. And breathe deep into that space. Now I'm going to breathe in to chant. Feel those vibrations through the body, those subtle energies in every cell. Holding with the softness of that feminine energy. Softening. Visualizing the light at the throat. Getting brighter with each breath. Spreading into the body. The face, the shoulders, the chest, the thighs, the arms, into the fingers and toes. So that body is so full of light. It seeps through the skin. Filling the room, swirling around the room. Bursting out of the room, into the street, into the space beyond. That infinite light that is you. And then keeping present and aware, slowly staying in the body, coming out of the posture. Allowing the hips to hit the floor and just relax there, keeping the legs bent for a moment. Now, before we have our final relaxation, we are going to do one more set of breath holds. So gently, if you want to roll over onto your side to come up, or just rock and roll, but take your time. Coming into a seated position. So for this final breath hold, try to push it a little bit more. So holding that breath a little bit longer if you can. So if I finish before you, carry on, because I'm just going to take everybody into a relaxation. You do those breath holds for as long as you like. So, in your own time, close down the eyes and those 3 double breath holds. Feeling all the energy that you've created in the body. Feeling the opening of the throat. Feeling ready to speak your truth, be your authentic self. shedding of the ego, and living from a place of truth. And when you're ready, you can just lie down in Shavasana. So lying on your back. I'm just going to take you through a very quick, short meditation where we're going to be visualizing each part of our body floating away. So as you lie down, reconnect back to the breath. And bring all the awareness to the feet. You imagine them like a white light, ether, space. And as you imagine the light around the feet, it will float off into the ether, into space. And bring the awareness to the lower limbs, the shins, the knees. Glowing white now and bright. Atoms swirling as they disperse and leave into the ether. Back home. Then the thighs with that purifying white light. Growing, lifting those legs off into the universe, to space. And as that light has now travelled into the pelvis, into the womb area for the ladies. Bringing its healing and its light. Carrying it off in the dance of space. Far, far beyond. And the white light is now in the chest, in the shoulders, and the arms, filling the whole upper body. Growing that light and that healing presence. It carries that part of you up and up and up into space, into the ether, out into the universe. Now that white light is in your face, in your head, and it's filling with that pure light of love. And it carries the rest, the remaining part of you up into the ether. feeling that expansion, feeling at one with the space. Feeling like your pure consciousness. Feeling your true essence that is pure love, pure consciousness. And feel free to stay in this meditation for as long as you want, or gently blinking open the eyes and bringing some movement back into the body. Wriggling the fingers and toes, circling the wrists, maybe moving the head from side to side. And slowly making your way up to a seated position with the hands at the heart center. I'm just going to tune out with one long Om. So inhale. Feeling that vibration of the mantra. Bowing the head to the heart. Just give a wish for yourself going forward for the rest of your day. And namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today.